Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tombstone Disc Golf. What is up, TDG family? Right out of the chute, I want to say congratulations again to all the winners of the starter kits. They are mailed out, all of them are mailed out. Some folks have already received them, and I hope you guys are enjoying them, and congratulations again. On to this week. This week, we're actually giving you guys another flyover. I am breaking this up into two separate videos. I'm going to show the front nine out at Aggie Green's golf course, and then next week I'm going to show, or later this week, I'm going to be showing the back nine out there as well. Aggie Green's golf course is a stadium that was is a course that was put in back in 2012, back when we had the stadium over there in that location, but that has since been moved. But the course still remains. It is a fun course. If you want to get out there and just rip on the disc, the course itself is roughly 7,200 feet long. So it has some bite to it when it comes to the length. Some other things that kind of play into the challenges of the course is a couple of holes. Uh, One or two holes. You have a Mando. I know there's one island out there as well. One island green. And I'll show you that on this front nine. It is on the front nine itself. But one of the things as the grass grows in through the year that makes this course challenging is they only mow the fairways. So if you have an errant shot and you are in the rough, so to speak, or the high grass, it definitely gets challenging. It's challenging on finding your disc, is especially if you have a long throw, a long second shot that you have to make. You really struggle to get your footing under you if you need to walk up approach before you throw. So that makes it definitely challenging. I will say the first couple of holes, I think it's probably about the first five holes. There's not a lot of high grass through the year. For some reason, that kind of stays thin, so you don't have as much of a challenge there if you're not on the fairway. But the back nine definitely gets a little challenging because of all that growth that occurs through there. But it does keep you honest as far as keep your disc in the fairway, making sure that you don't bring that rough into play. So, that's one of the things I think I like about the course is later in the year when that growth is there, it makes it a little more challenging, forces me to make accurate shots instead of just pulling on that disc just as hard as I can and just get as much out of it, get as much distance out of it as I can. So it makes me really think about the shot. There's some, that are so long you would want to get a full flight out of your disc. So you really have to keep that in mind on how that's going to, shape for you and finish out in the fairway. So without any more babbling about the course, let's show it to you. Let's start out with hole number one. And hole number one is a 318 feet hole. You have a couple of bushes here. It is right next to the road. And we do play the road as OB, or the other side of the fence is OB, I should say. But this one's real easy to reach, to lay, right up to the basket. The basket is right behind this bush in this stick tree right here. Hopefully that'll fill in. There is a little bit of green on it there was a little bit of green on it when we were out there the other day. Hopefully it'll fill in the rest of the way this year. That a little more challenging. Whoa, we had a little bit of fast movement there on the the drone. but it's not a hard hole. Hole number two, 430 feet. It's a dog leg left. So you'll come down here, and if you split the two pines that are here up in front of us and let it fade out that way, you'll be okay. In the beginning, you saw there is a fill to the left on this hole. I normally lay it out that way because there's a hill on the left that's a little steeper than this decline, and it kind of rolls down to the basket itself. You'll see me pause here for just a second, and the reason why is I was looking at my phone while I was flying through here, and when you're looking at the screen and what the drone is seeing, it's almost hard to tell between these little stick bushes here versus the basket because you just see this line. You don't see as much detail because of the light. It was a very bright day when I was out here, but you can't really tell on this. I've darkened this up just a little bit, so it's not over. Have a lot of over contrast on it. But this hole here, like I said, the dog leg left, 430 feet. If you lay it out there and split those two pines and let it roll down the hill, you should be in good shape. Hole number three, 427 feet. This hole does have a mando. You'll see it right there on this post. You see the arrow on this post to the right. And if you look at this post close enough, you'll see where it's gotten beat up a few times as well. But the 427 feet is the primary basket location, which is to our left-hand side up that hill, kind of nestled in the back. This is a secondary location here over to the right, right up here next to the fence on the road. It's not a hard hole for a lefty. It's just and for a four-handed person, if you got a long forehand as a right-handed person, you should be okay on this one. Hole number four, 387 feet that plays like it's 500 feet. It is an interesting hole. With this, you have a flat first 3/4 of the way down the fairway, but then you have like a 35 foot, 40 foot, almost straight up. It feels like when you're when you're walking up it, incline to go up to the basket. That makes this hole extremely challenging because your disc is wanting to finish out and kind of get some forward progress. But with that incline there, it kind of hits and it'll stick at times, but it'll also roll back down that hill a bit. I normally land at the bottom of that hill and just throw a little approach. Hole number five, 451 feet. It has two mandos right here on the right hand side. Or you can choose which one you want to do. You can go on the left or the right hand side of that center pole. You just went up the hill on hole number four. Hole number five, you're coming back down it. So it's not a hard hole, but you definitely, when you're throwing your disc off of this tee box, you do not want to throw it high. You want to kind of keep your disc level or kind of on a downward trajectory, just so you're not going to get a stall on your disc if you throw it too high. This is a pretty easy hole though, for the most part. If nothing else, it's an easy par. You throw it and then a real short approach and a short putt in for par. Hole number six. This is a island hole. It's 324 feet. It is on a little hill up here above us, up at the top of the screen here. It does gradually go up here. And you'll see where the growth is around the edge. Normally they'll have hay bales or a rope or something that shows where that island is located at. I don't think I have ever hit this island off my tee throw. Maybe one day I'll grow up and I'll be able to reach it. Hole number seven, it is a pretty flat hole. You do have just probably about a 6 foot kind of gradual decline there in the beginning right off the tee box. But other than that, it is a flat shot. It's 407 feet. This is the secondary location here, the longer location. It does play a little closer to this tree for its other location for the basket itself. But there is essentially no obstacles or mandos or anything like that on hole number 7. Uh, the only challenge there is it's 407 feet. Um, on a good day, I might be able to reach 400 feet, but they're few and far between. Hole number 8, 370 feet, that plays like it's about 420 because it's going straight uphill right off the tee box. There's a pine in the upper left-hand corner here that I like to take around to the left-hand side of that and kind of let it fade in. Once you get to the top of this hill, you're not finished. You've got a dirt road that you got to go across. There is a fence here as well. There is an open spot where you can walk through that, by the way. But this hole as well is on a kind of a slant. So if you land it and you get any kind of roll, you might have a little bit of a rollaway here, but it's not overly challenging on the basket. Just getting there is the challenge. Hole number 9, 365 feet. You do have an elevated tee box on this one. This is another one where you want to throw your disc kind of level or kind of a downward trajectory. There's no obstacles here that makes this hole over challenging. It's just 365 feet straight away. The one thing is if you do throw your disc a little higher than you want to, you are chancing getting a stall, and your disc is going to kind of fall back on you a little bit. But other than that, this hole has no other additional challenges. All right, guys, that is our front 9 out at Aggie Greens. It's not a hard course. It's a long course. You do have some challenges, but it's nothing that you can't really work with if you play the hole smart. There are some holes on this course that you would probably just want to play for par and not go for a birdie. And I will say hole number, I think it's 4, the one that has the basket up at that tall hill. I have never birdied that hole, but I definitely play it for par every time because I just can't. I can't reach it. I just don't have that in my arm speed and all yet. Maybe one day, but I'm not getting any younger, so who knows. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this, review of the front 9 at Aggie Green. Stay tuned next week for the back 9, or later this week. I haven't decided when I'm going to release that one just yet. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I did notice that we gained some. I'm diverging again. I noticed that we got a lot more. We got a few more subscribers after our giveaway. Just to give you guys a heads up, we are planning on another giveaway at 100 subscribers. So tell your friends, tell your loved ones, have them subscribe, and so we can go ahead and do our next giveaway. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ding the bell so you know when the next videos are coming out. And we'll see you guys next week. See ya.